During today's DICE sessions, Paradox CEO Liang Erud took the stage to share her perspective on assuming leadership of Paradox Interactive, a company known for its niche gameplay and dedicated fanbase, in a talk that was relevant to new leaders and Paradox fans alike. Liang Erud argued that even though people say the only constant is change, the only change people enjoy is the change they direct themselves. It's an insight that's helped her win over weary co-workers and players, but also helps her brace the company for changes she said are necessary for the future. Stepping into a new role. In case you are wondering why anyone at Paradox would be weary of Liang Erud as the CEO, she pointed out the key reasons herself during the talk. Before taking the role in 2017, she had been a non-executive member of Paradox Board, but previously also was an executive for online gambling company Kindred Group. Liang Erud joked about joining Paradox as a non-executive board member in 2014 and struggling to keep up with the games being produced, since they were niche games all operating under code names based on ATS TV shows. When joining Paradox, Liang Erud said she remembered her mother advising her to eat the elephant in small pieces, which is to say she viewed the task that would only be complete by processing it in small parts. This meant her early leadership would not be marked by dramatic changes for the team, but she said, keeping the direction and energy going. First, Liang Erud said she saw senior employees at the company who could help drive the company change she had been hired to direct. Next, she created a space to talk with Paradox fans, who she said helped motivate the company's methodology and mindset behind the 2016 IPO offering on the Swedish stock market. During this time, Liang Erud said she gained an intense appreciation for the long-term development strategies that drive Paradox, but also realized the company needs to make inroads on making games that are accessible to new players. In one simple example, she highlighted that Paradox 2016 hit Stellaris drops players right into a verdant galaxy to explore, without so much as a tip for where they should point their rockets. Where's Paradox headed? Making more accessible games and partnering with companies as a publisher means Liang Erud said that as CEO, she needs to stop projects as early as she can. But in that process, she does not want stopped projects to be gravestones, but learning opportunities. It's key for us that you are allowed to make mistakes. You have to learn from there. We see canceling projects as part of the process. It's not a failure, but it does mean that the sooner we cancel something the better, Liang Erud said. And canceling projects should not mean canceling teams, or canceling jobs. China announced that it approved 80 new game releases in late December, signaling the first wave of media authorized by the Online Games Ethics Committee. However, the list of approved titles does not seem to include any releases from Chinese tech giant Tencent. This report comes a few weeks after Chinese regulators began reviewing games submitted under license consideration in China, moving forward to end the licensing freeze that had halted game approvals for the majority of 2018. As reported by Reuters, these approved titles, listed on the website of the State Administration of Press, Publication, Radio, Film and Television, did not include games from industrial leader Tencent. The freeze has negatively impacted the company, and despite mobile revenue on the rise, the company has lost more than $200 billion of its overall value. Tencent began testing facial recognition to verify player identities, and even restrict playtime in an attempt to appease the Online Games Ethics Committee. which was created to address concerns from Chinese officials who fear that video games are sparking addiction and impacting the productivity of the country's youth. Regulators have also prevented Tencent from monetizing popular games that were already on the market in China, including Fortnite and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra's job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Here are just some of the many positions being advertised right now. If you are a recruiter looking for talent, you can also post jobs here. Location: Culver City, California. Heart Machine is a small, deeply motivated and close-knit team located in Los Angeles. Our focus is gameplay that's engaging, fluid and fun, while also building atmosphere through motion art and sound design. We are immensely excited to be creating things we love every day. Our next project is ramping up production, using Unreal 4-inch, a fully 3D gameplay experience. We are looking for talented, passionate, smart and good people to become part of our crew, to help build and shape something ambitious and completely unique from the ground up. As a critical anchor for the project, you will be crafting code for character interactions, API interactions, scripted sequences, combat, environmental interactions, and much more. Help us build something satisfying and fluid while overcoming new and exciting challenges in gameplay. Location: Bellevue, Washington. Southbound Studios is seeking a few full-time gameplay programmers to join the dedicated team working on Chronicles of Elyria here in Bellevue, WA. In this position, you will be collaborating with other gameplay programmers and designers to bring the innovative new features of Chronicles of Elyria to life. Whether it's dynamic environments, characters that grow old and die, or systems of player-run governments and economies. Here at Southbound Studios, we believe in pushing the boundaries of innovation to create meaningful gameplay experiences. Location: Los Angeles, California. Fox Next Games, a world-class mobile game development studio, is in search of a new artist to join one of our development teams. We need a strong creative contributor with an exceptional understanding of interface design and mobile user experience. Your passion for games and thoughtful, intuitive interface design helps to bring engaging experiences to other players and contribute to one of the most visually ambitious mobile experiences ever. Location: San Francisco, California. If you are interested in taking first-person shooters to the next level, Impulse Gear is looking for you. Impulse Gear is seeking a mid-senior animator to help push the boundaries of our virtual reality worlds. Daily tasks would involve the creation of unique character animation, motion capture processing, skinning, developing physics assets, and more. The ideal candidate will have had previous success as a mid-senior level animator, outstanding communication skills, a creative mindset, experience working with Unreal Engine for animation and physics systems, a passion for virtual reality, and a strong drive to bring new techniques and workflows into our projects. Location: New York, New York. The lead artist will have a balance of artistic talent, technical knowledge, and leadership skills. This role is critical to the success of the division by leading key projects for the studio. Responsibilities include directing and participating in the production of all visual material, both environments and characters, being accountable for the visual quality delivered, while staying within technical limits, managing the project artistic team, which will be a mix of internal, remote and outsourcing, and working in partnership with the producer, technical lab and creative lead to hit the project objectives. Former Udon Systems developers say their sudden firings were the result of retaliation over ongoing labor disputes. But the company says that's not the case. Speaking to Variety, the Udon Systems representative says that the 6 developers in question were fired late last year because they used a professional tool for an inappropriate purpose, in a way that the company says goes against its values and corporate culture. All 6 workers fired in late December were told that the dismissal was due to, according to the Video Game Workers Union of France, staff having negatively affected the mood of the studio and using insulting language in a conversation that took place in a private channel. While Eugene's given reason for the firing lines up between that original statement and this most recent details, the staff previously argued that the move was in retaliation for strike participation, as all 6 fired developers were involved with a 2-month-long strike over the pay dispute at the beginning of 2018. However, Eugene maintains that the 2 issues are unrelated, telling Variety, "We have fully respected our employees' right to strike, and our team still comprises those who were on strike, including one employee who has since been promoted to a managerial position."